Let's homestead, she said. Let's grow our own food, she said. It'll be cheap, she said. We'll save money, she said. Good morning. We are getting ready to head to Home Depot to the rental center to rent a pump, but I've been thinking about homesteading an awful lot. And 2 days ago, we went searching for mulch because Brandon brought home all the cardboard boxes and I want to get started on laying them down, but I need something to cover the cardboard boxes to weigh them down. So I'm looking for mulch or compost or anything. And at Home Depot, I came across these ripped bags. Let me show you. So it's these ripped bags of red mulch, I guess, bark, I don't know, and there's a couple brown ones, but they're not ideal. I got home and I Googled, and all these posts and YouTube videos came up saying this is like the least quality, like the worst type of mulch to put down in your garden, and for several different reasons. The colorants and that it's pallet wood, even though these ones say they're not pallet wood. But it got me to thinking, like, who homesteads to save money? Not me. For real though, like, I remember people saying, we got into homesteading to save money, we got into homesteading to grow our own food, but it reminds me a lot of cloth diapers. Who else is a cloth diaper fan out there? I've been cloth diapering for lots of years, and we got into cloth diapering to save money. No. When you get into cloth diapering to save money, you're typically using flats or pre-folds, and the initial investment is not a money-saving venture. Like, you put a chunk of cash down, whether you use all-in-ones or flats or pre-folds or whatever you choose to use, there's a big chunk of money that you invest. It pays off over time. Like, over time you reap the benefits, especially if you have several kids like we did. But I got into cloth diapers with the whole wool and fitted thing going on, and whenever there was a new print released on Tuesdays and you had to fight the Etsy carts and do the whole stocking thing, that's where I was at. So 45 bucks a diaper, that's not saving money, right? 35 bucks a diaper, that's not saving money. And I started thinking, cloth diaper doesn't really save you money unless you do it the frugal way. And recently, right before we left Tennessee, we ended up getting blessed with a whole bunch of really nice, like, the cloth diapers that I always wanted kind of a deal. They're pocket diapers, and a friend of ours in Tennessee, a sweet, sweet friend that I met on Instagram, gave away a bunch of cloth diapers and wool, and it's like, this is the dream stash. Like, this is what every new cloth diaper mom dreams about. It was massive quantities. No newborns, but that's okay, because Hattie wasn't a newborn. Massive quantities of pocket diapers that you can wear under your regular clothes, and wool, just for funsies, right? But wool gets pricey too, and when we were using fitteds and wool, like, wool got crazy expensive. And yeah, you can pass them down from kid to kid, but it just, when you're super frugal or broke, either way, it doesn't pan out. So back to homesteading and how this relates. Well, we want so desperately to grow our own food. We want to grow our own chickens, we want to grow our own garden, but the initial investment is a big deal. It's a big chunk of cash. We have to invest in organic compost because we don't obviously have any prepared. We have to invest in a new flock of chickens and raise them up. We can't incubate our own because we have no electricity. So we have to buy chickens. And it just so happens that in our neck of the woods and neighboring counties, Newcastle disease is a big deal. It's hitting the big county right next to ours. So that means chicken prices have skyrocketed. day-old hatchlings, little day-old chicks, are 15 to 20 bucks a chick. That's a lot of money. When you're used to paying $2 and $3, $15 to $20 a chick is a lot of money. And that's usually where you start. Like, that's the gateway animal on a homestead. Not for us. We have no idea what we're gonna do or where we're gonna go next, but I've even thought about, like, I Googled propane incubators because fertile eggs are so much cheaper. But I don't know how we would. A propane incubator is a really big investment too. It's like $300-400 bucks. So we're not getting discouraged. All that to say, we are not getting discouraged. We're gonna do it one thing at a time. And these cardboard boxes that we got for free, it's a huge bonus. The pallets that we got for free, that's a huge bonus. But we're just gonna keep on trucking and do what we can and realize that we didn't get into this to save money. Eventually we will. Eventually, once the garden's established, once the chickens are grown, once the kids are moving tractors and we're growing meat birds, because we already have the initial investment on a lot of our meat bird supplies. We've done it before. And we have the labor, right? Joel Salatin says, if you don't have the infrastructure, use manual labor. We got the labor, for sure. So yeah, there's a reason why people say, when you buy property, make sure there's infrastructure in place, because it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Starting a homestead, building it from scratch, it's expensive. It's not for the faint of heart, for sure. But if you're willing to work really hard, if you're willing to MacGyver things, if you're willing to build things DIY, it's worth it, I think. P.S. That initial cloth diaper investment totally paid off for us. So I'm banking that this homestead initial investment will do the same. Because we've used the same cloth diapers that I invested in with Abby so many times. The ones I had for the boys, so many times. So 9 kids later, those diapers are still trucking.